Hey everybody, hope you guys doing all right. All right, so this is what I got. Excuse me. Politicians, governors, mayors, judges, corporations, federal agencies, etc. Problem is that they have embedded themselves within our society and government, much like ticks or parasites in the body or skin. Maybe a bit of both. What I've come to feel and realize to my ability of realization is that the possibility of trying to clean this mess up by removing them from their places of political/corporate power is futile, as another will just pop up in place. In order to kill the snake, you need to cut off its head. These people have backup puppets all over the world. This is not just an issue here in America, but all over the world against all of humanity. When exactly the corruption occurred is beyond me. What is before me is how vast and prevalent the corruption is today, and also what the culture of America has turned into. We need to examine it because it is not supporting many good things at the moment. And if you look at all the bad we are supporting, it could be said that America is doing more harm than good to themselves and the rest of the world. Everything that is happening here in America and the rest of the world is happening for a reason. In my opinion, the reasons are because we are perpetuating such wicked corporations and work practices that have devastating effects on other nations, peoples, animals, land, ocean, and air all around the world. And so because of this, we have accumulated bad karma. And what is happening before us is that karma coming back to haunt and hopefully teach us to change our ways. We have all... wait, hold on. We have all chosen to buy what we choose to buy. We have fed the beast system and allowed it to grow to such strengths. Pharmaceutical companies, which are really under the radar sorcerers and alchemists, are prescribing dependent-causing poison that is also addictive at times and calling it a treatment or cure. They outlawed hemp almost 100 years ago, and yet it does not get you high and does nothing but help whatever it is around. Our original Constitution was made on hemp. George Washington himself had a hemp farm in his backyard, or his back acres. It is absolutely wrong that they have made hemp illegal, and because of it, fuel companies, prescription companies, food companies, technology companies, weapons/ammo/armor, and clothes companies, and more, all can be made from hemp and made superior because hemp is a miracle plant and it is far better at providing the above services for these people than any type of cocktail or alchemical recipe they attempted to replicate. But that's why they made it illegal, is because they knew it could do all of these things. So they made it illegal so that they could perpetuate these other wicked corporations that are perpetuating pollutants all over the world and getting people hooked on shit they don't need when there's a much better alternative that God gave us. Free market capitalism, profiteering are or have been the driving force for America for some time now, and all that is happening now does come from all that we did in our past. And so how then can we continue as we have before? The answer to me is that we cannot. It was Albert Einstein who said, if we do not learn from the past, then we are doomed to repeat it. And in the Bible, from Timothy 6:10, I think it says, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Actually, I know it's exactly what it said. I wanted to double check. That's why I put I think I said. I did double check. Let me just clean that up real quick. Okay. Yeah, love of all evil. So, and it is not capitalism and profiteering all about making as much money as possible, because they whom are about capitalism and profiteering have great affection for money. And that is the definition of love, to have a great affection. And so one could say to serve and live in a capitalistic and profiteering society is to participate and perpetuate an evil empire. Sadly, that's what we have turned into. The enemy or the opposition, the puppet masters pulling the strings, have worked very hard to keep us distracted with drugs, sex, movies, music, food, celebrities, drama, etc. And we have swallowed the bait up like a rat after cheese. And now most of us are sick, sleeping, and or depressed. And now we have our backs up against the wall, and most are either too complacent with their life or too occupied with their own challenges to do anything about the collective problem of our culture and government. And that is exactly how the enemy or the opposition wants it. I could go into the statistics and show how sick we are, even though we spend more money than anyone else on medicine and health insurance. More and more people are mentally ill and suffering from severe depression, and we have also had a rise in suicide rates. School and public shootings are something that people have become used to because we have had so many of them in the past recent years. Drug addiction has gone up, and with the overdoses too, to the point now where high schools are giving campuses narco, at least they are here in Oregon, and narco is an injection that counters opiate overdose to help save lives from opiate overdoses, because so many young people are using hard drugs these days in high school, and maybe even middle school too, probably. Here in Portland, where I live, they decided, somebody did, to defund the police, and nothing but more crime and more drugs and more trash and more fear has come from it. Is what it is. The list goes on and on. And so my point is, our culture is really messed up, and it has been designed to mess us up, and it has. Now we need to make some serious decisions. Do we continue down this messy path, or do we work towards rebuilding America the right way and learn from our past mistakes and end this capitalistic/cannibalistic profiteering free market society behind and develop a new way of governing that aims to keep things from being corrupted? We need to really spend good time and effort examining the causes and roots of corruption and how we can counter it. In my opinion, it is a spiritual battle, and so we need to use what we know about spirituality and energy to guide us to a new way of living and building/governing, a way that puts the needs of the most needy first and not the needs of the most greedy and rich first, a society that values truth and proven facts and is open to all remedies and ways of doing things that actually help and encourage innovation. We can develop a type of equation to help us calculate what the pros and cons of each decision is, so that we have a better view of what it is we are deciding on as a people. We can use the scientific method to test ideas and conduct experiments to see what works for what and what doesn't. Anyone can have an opinion and a say. It is ideas and projects/work that paves the way for change. When there is a problem, we share the problem with the entire society through a social media app or something, and we encourage people to solve the problem and think about it. And while the people are thinking of solutions, we could also have teams designated for such purposes thinking on ideas, and let the best idea that proves to work best win. And let that be our method of governing, not a governor or a single party/elected official. Another addition is to have an oversight committee that is made up of very carefully picked individuals who have an abundance of purity in their heart, and there's a way that we can check for that, to look out for and watch out for any sign of corruption or abuse of power, no matter how small or large. And if we had this able oversight committee, then perhaps we could have leaders for the people. But close examination and observations will be required to ensure that one does not get corrupted. Another big problem in America is the fake news. It's hard to get messages like this out to the majority of the American public because they hold so much power in the media and television programs. Clearly this needs to change, but how do we spread the word without help from a major network? I think we need to continue to use and also enhance the broadcasting abilities of the influencers who really care to help the people, and encourage more and more people to share videos and spread the word on the streets too. If we were able to raise funds for this rebuilding of America, we could start doing so. ASAP. Normally, a good government would help out with this type of stuff, but since our gov is corrupt, we must rely as much as we can on ourselves. Which is okay. Hemp is a hardy plant, and it is ready to be harvested after just 4 months. In addition to hemp, we could have many other herbs and foods, and also implement technologies like 3D printing, vertical farm growing systems, Tesla coils, and other alternative and clean technology. What's up, man?
I just left my brush over here.
Okay, that's all right. And other alternative and clean technologies and techniques to help perpetuate a good and clean future for us all. Sharecropping and bartering systems could be reintroduced, and people could get back to trading items for items. I think this is a much better start than getting back to buying and selling things as we can manage, because again, I think that will inherently breed greed in one way or another, and in one time or another. Develop a simple code of ethics and or morality/guidelines for us all to follow and abide by. Nothing crazy, just simple basic stuff like no murder, no rape, no theft, no slander, no deceit, no manipulation, no exploitation, no bullying, no lobbying, no violence, etc. Things like that. Anyone from any race/religion or any place can come and join as long as they follow the guidelines and are willing to work for what they need/want. It's a small start, but the mightiest trees begin as little baby seeds. So, all right, I love you guys. Hope you all have a good day. All right, bye.